Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Clark TV. And today we have here Mr. Clark, and he's back at it again, talking about tips for parents, especially parents of soccer players. Welcome, Mr. Clark.
Welcome, and good day to you all.
All right, so what are some tips that you have for soccer parents as they navigate this whole ball playing scenario with their children?
And I want to explain as well that these responsibilities not only for the parents, it's for the children as well, because some of the children, I start them out from like 7, 8 upward. Those responsibilities for them as well. We are going to focus on the part 2 of the personal hygiene, because most of the people want me to take this aspect of the football much further and the understanding. So I'm going to pursue doing a part 2 in terms of dealing with it. So the personal hygiene, continuing from there, the personal hygiene will reach up as far as to the jersey. Now we're moving forward, and the first thing from here is for the players to make sure that they're bathed. You know, the players make sure that they're bathed under them arm properly, them crouch areas, brushing their teeth, you know, keep them mouth clean, behind them ears, them nose. All these areas and their body should be keeping clean at all time. Them nose, ensure say no book gonna clap up their nose and say can't breathe efficiently. Right? So some of these things they have to go in. Ensure before you come on the field, make sure these things are 100%. And no substitute is not there for these personal responsibilities.
What if they've been working at home and they say, okay, I'm just going to play some ball and then bathe afterwards?
No, bathe first, then you go and play the football.
Because you can always take a shower again.
Because whenever you go out and play, you're representing yourself, your mother, your father, you're representing your girlfriend, your wife, your boyfriend, your brother. Everybody in our family you're going to represent whenever you go out and play.
Wonderful. What are some other tips you have for parents and soccer players?
Well, sometimes, you know, they use them in terms of, with them ear as well. They must keep them ear properly groomed and well organized. And remember, just appreciate your ear, because that is what you are. Until it starts to recede and disappear, but just keep your ear, okay? And keep it clean and smell good at all times too. And you must also learn to clean up after yourself. I know that most of the children, they room from about 7 to about 16, 17 years old. I know, sir, those rooms are in a very dirty condition. If the mother and the father don't go there and clean up those rooms will not be clean. And if they do clean it, they can find a piece of chicken leg under the bed.
Fungus growing
In that corner, right? We'll find piece of banana itch up somewhere,
wet clothes,
piece of biscuit,
wet dirty clothes
and dirty socks itch up in some corner, and the stench won't trouble the children. But you will in your room, if you have more than one room, and you will recognize it. You will see a little in worldwide international flies and ants are marched to and from a room on a regular basis. That's left how they keep their room. So parents, I want you to look towards encouraging them to keep their room clean, although I know it's very difficult for you to do because you don't want to talk to them too hard. But make sure them clean up after themselves.
How does this cleaning up after yourself, how does that tie into playing soccer and being a good soccer player?
Well, it's a form of personality. And if you have this foundation of cleaning up after yourself, you'll be more responsible while playing. So captains say one of the things that we look towards with players with those responsibility and attitude. You can look and say you're going to have a nice little being captain with these attributes that they exhibit most of the time.
Wonderful. Anything else you want to mention?
Well, these things will help them to follow instruction much better and be a better team player as well.
Great. All right, switching gears now from personal hygiene and cleaning up after yourself to actually playing the competition. What do you have to say about that?
All right. Sometimes you have some distortion because we're near beside the road. So just listen while I talk to them and just listen keenly. The transition of athletes from Pepsi to Colts, right?
Pepsi that you drink or the competition?
No, the Pepsi competition, not the one that you drink, to be corrected. Or the Colts, like the little younger Arsenal or these things. Pepsi is in the age group of like 12, 13, and the Colts is like from 13 to 14. So it's an under 14 competition and an under 13 competition, right? At this age where the children are, the youngsters are at, please, I'm asking you, I'm begging you parents to observe these coaches with these children keenly, your children, because the clubs them have a tendency, and the teams, the Manning Cup team that surround them have a tendency to give them weights to lift, right? The coach, if the coach said to them, you have 2 weights here, one at 10 pounds where you're going to work with today, and one at 70 or 80 pounds. If him turn him back and look at the 80 pound, the smaller one, the children is going to take up on this. Because them have got proof say them either stronger than them one another, and this will damage their growth spurt. It will damage their muscle groups, right? So you have your children, look here, you see them well skilled and can be able to play the football. They have coaches that encourage them, so they want them to be fast and stronger, so they might give them weights from early stages. The only thing the weight is going to do at that stage is to destroy the growth process of your children's body. And then in the early stage they are going to have some injuries that you will never comprehend. And those injuries are very dangerous. Those injuries take them out of the ball game by their lifespan. It will be like from 13 till about 18. They will not go beyond that point if you allow the coaches them to give them weights, because some coaches are physical coaches. And if you observe keenly, most of the coaches them don't have them children out there. So they don't care who they able to destroy or affect. They just have their objective more priority than anything else. So they say they want the player to be a much better player. If you want a young player in an age group of 12 or 13 or 14 to be a much better player, give him a book to read. You know, see how well he's doing his arithmetic and his English and his different aspect of reading and comprehension. That is the thing you're supposed to do, other than the technique, right? So that is the next thing I want you parents to look out for. Don't let no coaches encourage you in order for you to give the children, to make the children live their race.
Wonderful. The next question I had to ask you is about the sustainability of the football in terms of the transition from the Pepsi or the Colts into the Manning Cup.
All right. Again, I want the parents to understand clearly. Most of the traditional high schools, their children, even though their children pass to this school, and it's a well-recognized high school in sports and all these things, most of these children that play Pepsi and Colts, that's the furthest they are going to go in that school in terms of playing football. Because whenever they reach the 14 and 15, when they are in the midst of making the transition to the Manning Cup, the coaches have these tendencies to overlook them because they want to win so much, so they go around and pursue other players from other schools with different attributes that they don't see in you. They will not give you the day or the chance in order for you to capitalize or improve. They are going to go for somebody else and they're going to cut you out the squad. So if it's very difficult for the kids in terms of like moving from the Colts area to Monaco, because you can check for yourself how many children you know going into school playing from them play Pepsi and play Colts, and they ending up down play Monaco, right? And most of them football career finish right here. But I think I can make a solution to that as well for some of the parents, because what eventually happens, whenever the youth reach in fifth form, that's the limitation of the high school. Ain't it, Miracle?
Yes, you could go to sixth form afterwards, but
Yeah.
that's pretty much the end for many people.
Yeah, they can when they graduate from grade 11, they can pursue other schools if they do well in their schoolwork and they get the opportunity to play, because most of the scouts, all they want to do is to see this individual play, because they know that the children, them are the players them from Jamaica is very talented. So they just want to see them play even one time. But the most importantly, if they have the CXC or they do well in their SAT.
Yes, welcome back to Clark TV. We're going to ask you to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we want to hear your comments, so go ahead and send those comments in. We're going to continue with the discussion about tips for parents, especially parents of soccer players. Mr. Clark, any other tips that you want to mention about things that children as well as their parents need to be doing in terms of their holistic approach to being a good soccer player?
Well, I want the parents to understand clearly that their responsibility in terms of the priority that's embedded in the child or the children in terms of the education is very important for them to be better football. So their homework, their assignment, and time, being on time, those things are very important, right? So you as a parent must prioritize these things and try to train them that they get these things most of the time. Or if they have if you can give them at least a 1 hour or a half an hour in terms of doing some reading, and ensure that they complete their assignment on time, and ensure that they put more than effort than that you are putting in terms of the assignment. Don't do all of the assignment for them. Let them learn at least 70% of the assignment. Let that be their responsibility. And a matter of the weights, I just want to retract a bit in terms of the weights. The weights, as I mentioned to you, right, it's going to destroy the child. It's going to destroy this young man. Because the muscle group, if this young man learn to play football with all the techniques and allow his muscle group to fully maximize its potential, this child, they don't have to be bulky in order to be strong. They are going to be strong. Right? So that is the next thing I just want you knowing that, put some emphasis on it, just take pride in that. Right? In terms of supporting your student athlete, it's very important for you to do that. You are the parents, that's your responsibility. Having manners is your responsibility to teach them as well. Because nowadays, if you look at the children, most children don't go to church, be in Sunday school. Most children don't go to churches. They don't go to Sunday school. Most of these basic fundamental principles of behavioral pattern that you used to teach at these locations, parents have no interest in it anymore, right? They have different priority. But you still can be able to teach them because your parents taught you all these things. So that is part of your responsibility as well.
What are some things that they can get involved in to give back to the community?
Well, if you look around, all of the athletes in whatever area of sports, whenever they maximize and excel and accomplish in their vision and their dreams of achieving, they have this tendency to come back to where they came. Right? This is a common practice of some of these great players that you're seeing today. right? You can check with the Olympics. The guy that won the 110 he have a massive
Network.
no, they were doing some traveling all over Portmore in St. Thomas. They were doing their parade with him all over. You have this tendency to give back, right? And even though the child does not, or the individual does not reach as far as yet, try to teach them about giving back because it's very important. Be charitable, helping the weak for them to get stronger so they can be independent. Help their community, help their surrounding, in order for the place to be a better place that they live in, their children is going to benefit there as well, and all these things. Their parents can able to come outside when them reaching at the 100, 120 and them go something there, and can able to sit down and take a little fresh air with nobody now have to come shoot up the place and these things. So the charitable principles and social development of the individual is very important, right?
Wonderful. And I just want to add here that you don't have to be a millionaire in sport or make it big in sport to give back. And you could give back through your school, by visiting the local children's home, visiting the mustard seed communities, going to the hospital, singing for the patients. I mean, it could be anything.
Yeah.
It could be that you're very good at a particular skill. You could share that with somebody who is struggling. So giving back doesn't mean that you have a lot of money. It just means that you care about
and
people.
again, to America, make sure it's that when you're giving back, it's in your community. The first place you're targeting to give back for there to be a better place or a better future for the younger ones that is there.
Yes, we have to learn to show gratitude.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about this point of going to church and taking your kids with you to church. Could you just expound it a bit on how that helps the individual to be a soccer player? I mean, not everybody is a Christian or anything, but I mean, what are some principles that could help you, that you could learn in the church that could help you to be a better individual and a better soccer player?
Growing up with little or no resources and not having the family support that a child should have, my mother always prioritized for me to go to church, and there I learned how to be caring, loving, show gratitude and kindness, and be honest. These are areas that the only other area that teach these children these principles other than when you are around them. So you can be able to encourage your children in order to adopt these principles and continuously remind them of it, right? Let them understand carefully and clearly that lie not really cut it. You don't have to tell a lie. You can be truthful, right? It's not going to hurt you, right? All these combination of things is going to make you a more professional mindset player, and it's going to only help you in the long run. It's going to help you be a better player. It's going to help your surrounding to be a better surrounding, and when that extends to the entire country. We are in a violent society, and the more we can show these things, it's very much important. Show off with being kind. Show off and being caring and loving. Why you have to show off when you have a car and all these things? Why you cannot show off when you have and do some kind things? Show off with some of those things. Help the children to understand that sharing is very important. They're not going to give away everything with them have, but they have to learn to share and care.
Indeed, it's always a pleasure talking to you, Mr. Clark. Any tips you want to add in here before we wrap up today?
Yeah, the parents and the children, I want you to carefully listen to this video and learn as much as I can from it, because one day you're going to be in this situation. We have to do with sports, right? I want you parents to understand clearly. Don't rush your children or rush the individual in areas where sometimes they're not ready for it. They can have immense injuries. They can be able to be hurt seriously. Don't force them. Because once they like the sports, if they like soccer or they like running, they are going to show that. Stop telling your children that's them my best cricketer, them are the best runner, right? Them are the best footballer. And when them do a compete, them a compete with some people who never play or never do no running in. So them always seem like them up on top. Encourage them to teach what them have so they can learn more, right? It's your responsibility to ensure that the children have this mentality that they can be able to be sociable, socialize, understand each other despite the nationalities and care for each other as well. This world, what really take from this world, it needs some love. It needs some expression of love so people can live off a sea. Not expression of drinking, giving a youth gun, give drugs and all these things. Start show, make the youth them see some love, some caring. Make the mother and father, you mommy and daddy, make the child or the children see speak nice of each other more, you know, express your love more. Because sometimes the younger time when a child you grow love when them watch show, you know, expressing your surrounding what is caring so that you can really recognize these things and keep it in them brain, right? So this world really needs some of these changes. And I want you to remember to just subscribe to Clark TV. We want for this channel to really reach places. We need much more support, you know, and I want for you to share with your friends and family in the best possible way. And have a wonderful day. God bless.